Hello, my angels. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's jump straight into a reading. This will be for the week of the 19th to the 25th of August. I am just going to dive into it. I did just record your reading and then I stupidly deleted it instead of saving it. So let's just do it all over again, guys. I will tell you some messages that I remember. And bear with my voice. I woke up like an hour ago and it's still warming up. But let's just dive into it quickly for you guys and let me know what you think about this. We finally moved. I'm still finding like a place to do the readings, but all right, let's dive in. For my lovely Pisces, please, Spirit, let's get one card out. So you did have messages about making sure that you take a break. That was one thing that came up. It was the time for a nap card. So some of you need to pay a lot more attention to your sleep, maybe in your dream world. Some of you need to focus a lot more on resting or appreciating where you are currently, because the time for a nap card represents being where you wished you were before, being someplace that you wanted to be in before. Maybe you've achieved a certain amount of success in your life or a certain goal in your life. And as much as I'm sensing and in your reading, there's a lot of ambition coming from you and a lot of energy, a lot of like wanting to conquer and do more. They were kind of grounding you within that reading, saying it's a really good time to kind of gain control in whatever way and also to allow yourself to rest. So the card that you have coming up in your reading so far is the never-ending story. So this is a bit of frustration here. Sometimes this comes in when we lack an answer. All right, we get really hung up on it because we really, really, really need that answer. But Spirit's kind of saying like this will happen and this will be made clear in its own time. The more that you sit around waiting for it, it's not going to, speed anything up. And I always say the analogy with this card, whenever we stare at the clock or we want something to happen quick, like soon, the time seems to take forever. The moment that you kind of detach, don't look at the clock, no longer think about the timing and just have fun in the moment, time flies by. So maybe there's something that you guys could benefit from this week is actually being a bit more playful with your energy. Detach from things that are outside of your control, specifically the timing of something or maybe some clarity that you feel like you need right now, because otherwise you're getting kind of dragged down into this never-ending story of feel like every day is the same because you're waiting for this one thing. Okay, but let's see what other cards are coming up for you guys this week. I also feel like if you feel like you're in a never-ending story with something that just seems to always leave you questioning, whether that's a relationship or a job or certain people that you're around, whatever it is, it feels like something is really draining you. A certain situation is really draining you, the way that it makes you feel. It makes you question something. So it's a really good time to again detach from that if you can. You have women holding a heart. So of course this could be you, Pisces. If you are the woman holding a heart, it could definitely feel like this week you are focusing a lot more on self-love, on your vulnerability, on your feelings, on your emotions, on your heart space. All right, there could be some love and loving feelings coming from you this week. But if you're not the woman holding a heart, this definitely could be somebody outside of yourself. So it could be somebody who has some feelings for you this week, or it could be a friend who needs some help and support. It's someone who's definitely in their feelings and emotions. Let's see. If this is you, the never-ending story with the woman holding a heart really feels like, yeah, you might need to pull away from things that are draining your love for things. You have quest. Let's get you another one. Quest and creation. The quest card says sometimes we feel like we have to do the most craziest things in order to fulfill our purpose. But something that we need to understand this week is that you already are fulfilling your purpose. This lady's looking for the blue path and she feels like she has to go, and that's her purpose, is to find it, but she's already on it. You understand? So you might be making something a big quest when I feel like you're right where you need to be. And maybe that's tied in with that never-ending story. You're feeling a bit frustrated about things not working out in the way that you expected it to or wanted to, but Spirit's saying you're exactly where you need to be right now. And maybe there's something in your present moment that can help you to create something. You're in a period of creation. I like this. Okay, could be starting something new around this time. Could be just feeling like you want to create something. Right, let's get you a keyword. Peace. Finding peace in a situation. The affirmation for this is, I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. So maybe this is what you're having to find peace about. And let's get you an animal spirit. For Pisces, please, you have to trust a great mystery. And that, I feel like, now the word they're showing me is detachment. Is so important, not only for like manifestations, it's really good for that. It's also good in terms of just in general. You know, it's what the monks always speak about as well. Trust a great mystery. Something that you may be searching for, waiting for. Spirit wants you to completely detach from it because it's really draining your energy. Focus on yourself, focus on what you love, focus on loving people around you, and maybe to jump into the unknown. It's almost showing me the Fool card with the trust a great mystery. Maybe you're feeling called towards a new beginning or to start a new journey. And I feel like maybe you're being called towards trusting that. Right, let's dive into your tarot. Let's see. I'm just gonna shuffle then split. Right, let's see. The Eight of Swords, feeling stuck, tied up here, feeling like things are really outside of your control. The Eight of Swords, though, is a reminder that there is a way out of a situation that makes you feel stuck. It's just about taking the blindfold off and looking at the solutions instead of focusing on that feeling that you have at the moment, okay? Ten of Pentacles, love that. You're definitely moving into abundance. We did have in your other reading, actually, that I deleted, that there could definitely be like an investment coming your way, or it could be that you're focusing a lot more on your finances, on your stability, on your job maybe, or again, you could be receiving some form of income or a job opportunity. It's like either from you or outside of yourself, because you had the man holding a coin. So 10 of Pentacles, definitely stepping into building a legacy for yourself. Maybe this is something that you're working towards or achieving this week, is some sort of financial gain, windfall. All right. Definitely feeling like you're building an abundance for yourself, which is nice. And 2 of Pentacles, I do see you starting a new project in the near future, actually, because you're going from the 10, which is telling me that you are achieving some sort of goal financially or in terms of your stability, which makes sense. I said that in your video. And then after that, we have the 2 of Pentacles, which is kind of about juggling something. And so I feel like you're juggling the thing that you have achieved, and it feels like you're working on either bringing it even further or starting something fresh alongside it, like a side hustle, for example. The Tower, guys, this could either be the past situation because it's coming up underneath the 8 of Swords. But this could be something you're going through now. You know, it depends on who you are, of course. So the Tower and the 8 of Swords definitely feels like maybe things happen outside of your control, a separation, falling out. This could be even internal as well, feeling like your world is falling apart or crumbling and feeling like it's outside of your control. But the 8 of Swords is saying, don't feel trapped in this as much as it definitely feels trapping, because it's outside of your control. You're feeling stuck. You feel like your hands are tied. But the 8 of Swords, again, like I said before, there is almost like a reminder. Sure, there's nothing that you can do about this tower falling. Again, it could be an epiphany of some kind. Or again, it does feel like a little bit of distraction. It feels like that's why your hands are tied up. It feels like something's falling apart. Sure, you can't do anything about that, but they're saying, but there is some place else to go. And maybe that's why you moved towards the stability now. Maybe you felt like your life was falling apart. Maybe you lost your job, but now you've been working on something else, and that's going to bring you some sort of abundance here, whatever it is. All right, let's see what else. The 4 of Pentacles right underneath the 10. Maybe your perspective of abundance needs to change, because the 4 of Pentacles is really holding on, holding back. For some of you, in your last spread, I don't know if I've already mentioned it, there was something about needing to be a bit more playful in your life this week, I think it's important to kind of not allow these responsibilities and the seriousness of life and all the work stuff and whatever, your responsibilities to get in the way of you having fun. And with that Four of Pentacles in the middle, it feels like you guys are quite tired this week. Okay? And that might be blocking you in some way. It's underneath the 10. So maybe you guys are just focusing a lot more on what's bringing you, you might be prioritizing things a bit more this week, but I always sense tiredness from this card. And I think that might be because you're trying to control things. And it's coming up next to the Tower. So then you have the Star card. Amazing when it comes down to this future position, because it is about achieving a dream, reaching a goal. All right, it's wish fulfillment. And underneath that Two of Pentacles as well, I really do feel like you're going to be juggling a lot of things that bring you a lot of joy, which is nice. It's also a card of healing too. So whatever has been tying you down, making you feel tired, it does feel like responsibility. The highlighting this crown, which is interesting. Well, some of you may have had like, the Tower could be like just heavy load of responsibility. It feels like maybe you watch someone else maybe lose their job, or I don't know what it is, or something happened and the crown got passed to you. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know. That's an interesting imagery. And like then they're showing me the phrase like, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So it does feel like your responsibilities. You're definitely like in a leadership position. So if you think about crowns, it represents authority in your life, responsibility. And it feels like these responsibilities, again, are taking its toll on you. Some of you need to connect with people this week. You have the Three of Wands. So that's underneath the Eight of Swords and a Tower. So it feels like maybe you guys were waiting for something and maybe it never happened. I'm going to clarify that Tower for you guys as well a bit later. Five of Pentacles. So you have a lot of Pentacles going on in your current situation in the middle of your reading. 10 of Pentacles, 4 and a 5. 4 and 5 are not the greatest Pentacles card. Maybe you guys are again still working on your finances or working on how you're going to, manage whatever this is. 5 of Pentacles is like feeling a loss, feeling a lack, all right, feeling left out in the cold. If that is how you're feeling, I do see it's changing. 'Cause one thing I want to just remind you, the 10 of Pentacles being in a reading is about abundance. It is about stability. So what you're doing now probably is going to help you to get there based on the decisions that you're making now. Okay? Some of you could be dealing with a little bit of family issues at the moment. And the Page of Cups. Some of you, I do feel like if there is somebody that you have been waiting for, maybe that's what the never-ending story is, especially if it's a fire sign. Someone that you feel left out in the cold with, maybe things kind of didn't end up very well. I do see that maybe some of you might be hearing back from a person this week. In your last video that I deleted, there actually was a lot of cards coming through about forgiveness. So maybe that's something coming through here. Page of Cups is again about dealing with certain emotions. Sometimes it comes up as like emotional news, like an unexpected message, emotional message. So something that will definitely make you feel a certain way. But that's up to you how you deal with that, I guess. Follow your gut instinct here. What else can I get from this? I want to go through and clarify this. So I'm going to shuffle. I think you're going through a little bit of a phase right now where you're having to kind of give, to delegate or to, because it feels like with the Four of Pentacles, I think you guys are holding on to a lot of control in your life, probably because you felt very out of control once upon a time. Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, kind of feels like to me you have to release a little bit of control in order to make some progress financially. Right, I'm going to clarify the Tower. What is this? The Empress. That's interesting. And that kind of, okay, so I feel like you are in a position of being in this Empress energy, which is really about like attracting and not chasing. She's all about abundance, which is great. She's in a position of comfort and luxury, abundance. loving, compassionate. She's like kind of the softer side of ourselves, but very powerful side nevertheless. The Tower feels like maybe that's what fell apart. Okay. And because of me speaking about like responsibility, I feel like some kind of event happened in the past or recently, whatever it is to you guys, that kind of made you have to come out of this maybe comfort energy, move into responsibility and discipline. Like the difference between the Empress, she's sitting on a very comfortable throne, whereas the Emperor sits on a very he sits on a stone throne, which is all about kind of his discipline and his kind of doing things that are uncomfortable. So I feel like you had to kind of come out of that, which definitely can make you feel a little bit like you're having to do a lot of sacrifices. What's the Eight of Swords about? What's making Pisces feel stuck? Delegating. Six of Pentacles is some sort of having to balance something or focusing on what you're giving your time and energy to. Maybe you had a lot to give your time and energy to as well. Ten of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. This will happen very quickly. You could get some like very quick and very sudden communication about that Ten of Pentacles. So a windfall of money. The Page of Pentacles, which is about starting something new and learning a little bit about this. Some of you could benefit from learning about whatever it is that you desire. The Ten of Pentacles is just really being in stable position, having everything that you want and desire. So it does represent like an end goal. If you're not there yet and you're definitely working on it, the the Page of Pentacles does represent about learning. He's entrepreneur. No, he's an apprentice. Maybe you guys are entrepreneurial. It's like taking the first step into learning something new, being the newbie, okay? Like kind of like taking the first steps to learn about what this coin is. So some of you, again, I don't know if you've been thrown into something. It does feel like that, but it's giving you an opportunity to learn about it. And then you learning about it is definitely going to grow what it is that you're either being given. Could be an opportunity. Right, the Four of Pentacles is going to be an interesting one to clarify. The Four of Pentacles, please. The Lovers. And a Two of Wands, really about making a decision about your future here. And it does feel like it's having to release that control, like I said before, and to make peace with that. The Lovers and the Two of Wands is about making a choice based on your future. It could be about relationships. And again, if something is tying you down and bringing you exhaustion here, it could be a really good time to make a choice whether you want to go it alone or have somebody in your life or not. Could be a friend, doesn't matter, whatever it is. It could again just be to do with the situation, like a job, all right, or a stream of income, whatever. This is clearly something that's making you a bit worried, but I do feel like it's a choice you have to make for your happiness and freedom. This is the best card in the deck, by the way. So you're thinking about the worst case scenario, but I feel like that's why they're saying to trust the great mystery, especially if it's something that's kind of being pushed, kind of a choice is being pushed on you. You're worried about it, but it does feel like it's going to bring a lot of happiness. The Sun is the best card in the deck. It's going to bring a lot of success and happiness. And you have the Star card here as well. Could be some fame, being well known, definitely being very successful. And that could be what the surprise is. You know, the emotional news is like, I wish I had done it with confidence. If I had known that it would have turned out this way. I was worried for no reason, you know. So it's kind of like, feels like a sacrifice, feels like, am I making the right decision? But I do believe you're doing it for expansion and growth and for your future. And as I said, I do think that it is going to lead you there. Okay. Anyway, a little bit of a long-winded reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if it resonates with you. I will love you and leave you. I wish you guys all the best for the week ahead. And I hope to see you guys next time.